Check 1 2 1 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let me double check, make sure this thing is playing and we're connected. Excellent connection. Here we go. Ready to rock. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. This is your Saturday morning update. A little different than your morning, you know. I got some big news for Bitcoin. I started buying more Bitcoin last night. I'm starting to gobble up more Bitcoin. I see a big move coming for BTC. Resistance, 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 resistance. Really coming back to this key area of support and resistance here. It's kind of a level 48,009, 50K. Seems like 50,800 doesn't want to budge. I'm watching these flags. The daily starting to make a different type of flag here as we're getting more green. You see, this could start turning into something of a bull flag. The 21-day moving average getting closer to the daily without the massive drop to the downside. Very good sign that the daily starting to move more laterally. Also, this green candle this morning is changing the story. The stochastics coming back down. We had let the stochastics were hot. That was, that's my oh no. And the stochastics have reset on the daily without a massive dump. Now, this is a big deal. Let me show you all the other times the stochastics have pulled back and why this anomaly is different than the last few times. Here we were high in the stochastics RSI, right? Stochastics reset and came down. Let me show you these key anomalies. Here, and you just pay attention here to the stochastics RSI. I really want you to take this indicator in, understand what it does, understand how powerful it really is, understand how you could use it to your advantage and take it, but it's kind of watch how it moves. So look, the point of the story is price action went to the upside right here while the stochastics went down. That tells you something. Normally, look, price went up, right? Now, stochastics struggled a little bit here, and we went a little sideways. That was actually somewhat bullish. But then, look, when the stochastics got high here, they reset to the downside, price reset. Normally, they work together. Look, price went up here, price went up here. When they reset, we did reset to the downside, right? When you see the stochastics come to a high point, price come to a high point, but then you see the stochastics come all the way back down and hit their bounded point, but price only goes down like this or sideways, it's telling you there's a big move coming because you didn't reset enough. Right? And the momentum of the bulls is harder. What it tells you right now is it's measuring momentum, and it's telling you the momentum of the bulls is stronger than the momentum of the bears. And this is an indication that I've seen many, many times in my life, and I've used many, many times to make some gains. Also, what I see is a pattern that nobody else uses in the entire world because I made it up. It's called the ascending cup and handle. It's a cup that moves to the upside, and these play out very similar to cup and handles with big measured moves, the length of the pole. This is an ascending cup and handle. Now, again, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but as long as Bitcoin holds, it bounces off this 21, and we never go lower than 48,005 right there, 49, we're likely for a big, big move for Bitcoin. Also, when the daily moving averages get very close together, it tells me that there's going to be a bigger move to the upside. And look, we got close, and I could see these still spreading out. They're not far apart. Like, they could still spread out really nicely for a bigger move here. Then they could come back down to the 200. Then we could pull a fib here. Then we'll have a more bigger bearish div on the bigger time frames too, and I could see us getting a pullback from 68,000 maybe to 50, or 68,000 down to maybe 57 or something like that. Okay, but these are my projections for Bitcoin. I just hope you're excited for these. Let me jump on into the chat, see what the chat is saying. What about that fight last night for BitBoy? Come on now. If you didn't get pushed out of your seat, I don't care if you're a hater. I don't care who you are. I know some of you are, I know he cheated. I guess you guys judge him for everything he ever did. I get it. I judge no man because you know what? God will judge me. But man, he put it down, man. And he looked like a freaking man. I'm a maniac. I'm a Boston maniac. And you put me in a fight like that, I saw the ball. I mean, he could have, he could hang in Boston, man. So I'm just saying, man, he threw down. You say whatever you want. Yo, Crypto Crow's a scary dude. I know Crypto Crow personally. I know all these people personally. There's some of the nice. Crypto Crow is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He's such a nice man. But at his 7 feet stature, and he came so serious. You see how, I knew he was going to bang that dude out. I just knew it. Crow was awesome. But the fights were amazing. It was great for crypto. That fight helped my channel grow. That fight helped our trading group grow. You get it? When BitBoy was out there throwing blood on the paint, you see what I'm saying? Putting blood on that mat. My only thing is Crypto Grady. I love Crypto Grady. Good friend of mine. We met. We hung out. Grady, man. Come on, man. I thought you were... his footwork, it shows you could be as tough as you want. He did crack the dude once pretty nice, though. He broke the dude's nose, apparently. The dude said, I think he broke his nose. So, shout out to Grady. You did break his nose. I mean, you broke that dude's nose, bro. So, when you came on the side. But his style was just, I never seen anyone do that, I've been in over 50 street fights in my life. You know what I mean? I have a little sense. I've been hit in the face many, many times. I am not afraid to get punched in the face at all. Like, I've been punched in the face in my life 50, 60 times, right? I've had the concussions. I've had the click in the jaw. I've had my hand broken. I've had my jaw broken, wired shut, dude. And I'm not doing it anymore. Like, I'm not trying to tell you guys I'm a tough guy. I'm a cream puff. I'm not trying to fight anyone ever again. I was supposed to fight in that ring. You know, I got reached out by someone. They said, do you want to fight? I really did. I got excited. I told my wife I was getting ready, and my whole team surrounded me. My wife said, no, there's no way you're doing it. And I was like, why? Like, and they were like, because you're an analyst and people were going to respect you for what you do and make money. But there's an inner animal in me that I've always wanted to let out. And that's just a bit of who I am. You know what I mean? And I can't tell you last night, that got me going. That got me going last night. And yeah, the people that don't like Big Boy Newbies, if you followed him for years in pandemic, people sometimes lose their way. He's a good dude. And last night he let everything out. Hey man, everyone has their own feeling about it, right? It's a polarization topic, right? Because some people are just, I get it. If you've been down and out in your life, if you've suffered pain and anguish like me, and you've hit some lows, you never want to see someone hit a low, no matter what happens. You know what I mean? And you hope everyone can make sense of it all. But anyway, this is something I haven't talked about, I haven't shown, I haven't discussed. I bought $4,000 more Bitcoin. I'm buying more Bitcoin here. I'm loading up, and I'm deciding, the fear is done. The fact that this daily reset and we didn't get much of a dump, and I'm not saying we can't dump. There may be a big dump coming. I'm not saying this can't happen. I'm just going over the probabilities now. I'm really liking the support I'm seeing, and this is very interesting. Let me zoom out one more time here and show you something that I saw today that I hadn't seen in a long time. I had never seen. To me, that's the trend line. That's the trend. I follow the trend. We broke out. That's a breakout. Like, that's a clean breakout. No one is talking about this. I haven't seen anyone discuss this breakout. That is a clean breakout on the 5-day chart. That's a breakout. Like, we have broken out. I just realized, you can even go up a little more here and clean this up. But, I have not seen anybody draw this. These are two trend lines, man. That's a breakout of the trend line. As far as I'm concerned, that's a $100,000 Bitcoin by November of 2024, and the rally may not end there. You know what I mean? So, Big Boy is the first crypto YouTuber I started watching. He's the reason I DCA'd through the bottom. Amen. Ringside announced next fight. Who here followed my channel? Who here watches me when you saw me on BitBoy's channel? Anyone here? Anyone here watching the show right now and said, hey, if you wasn't for BitBoy's channel, I never would have met you. And I made gains and I learned so much. I changed my life, or I quit alcohol, or I went after what I really wanted. So you got to connect the dots, man, right? Look at this guy say, me, I found you through BitBoy. Look at all these people, me. Look at all these people, man. That's why for the rest of my life, I will never, ever turn my back on Ben, man. You know what I mean? I don't agree with all of his behavior, but I will publicly never turn my back on him, no matter how many people criticize me, come at me, run their mouth at me, because I'm a real person, man. I'm a real person, and I remember where I came from, all right? And some people criticize me for that, which is so crazy, because all I'm doing is paying homage to the respect in which I remember, my origin story. If you have an origin story, you should pay homage to the origin, period. I don't care who you are. You can't forget where you came from. You can't act bigger than your britches. And maybe the people do that. And sometimes people fall off, and it happens. But you don't beat them up for it. You say, here but the grace of God go I, man. That's what my dad always used to say. Here but the grace of God go I. Like, who am I to judge others, right? You're so pretty, Summer. All right, so let's start with Bitcoin. And we're going to look at the weekly like we do every single day. We're going to do our top-down analysis. All right? I'm with you 100%. Semper Fi. Amen, man. Amen. I found you when Bitcoin went to your house to broadcast. Look at that. If you hate the sinner, how do you ever forgive your own sins? Amen. I love what you just said. I love what you just said. If you hate the sinner, how can you ever forgive your own sins, man? That was I'm tingling right now, man. I am freaking tingling, bro. That was one of the most insane, God bless whoever. Hold on. I read the comment, but who said that? Who said that? Wick 589, brother. Amazing person you are. He said, if you hate someone else's sins, how could you forgive your own? Unbelievable. You can't judge others. Huh? There's no time for hate. I love you, my sweetie. Are you making a baby right now? My wife's making a baby in her tummy right now. She's making my third daughter for me. Unbelievable. 3 daughters. I'm going to be a man of 3 kids, man. Another responsibility for me. Another human life that I'll be responsible for. Like, it's a big deal, right? It's no joke. Shout out, moment of silence right now to the family that lost their daughter here in Fort Lauderdale. I have to turn, hold on. Moment of silence for that family. The hole, they were digging a hole. Don't dig a hole more than your knees with your kids, please, at the beach. It can collapse. It collapsed on the 5-year-old girl. They couldn't get her out in time. It was the day I got here. It has shattered my entire trip. Every time I see my kids playing at the beach, I wonder why my day is great. And that father, that family, they're going to go home to Indiana, I believe, where they were from, and their lives will never be the same. So, moment of silence. Like, I saw the pictures of that sweet little blonde girl, look just like my kids. Anyway, let me shake that. But the pain of this world is just... I was at Treasure Island a month ago, right? Or a couple months ago. A couple had just finished their wedding reception, and they drive, people drive around these cool golf carts all around. They got hit by a drunk driver, and the groom lost the lady, and he lost the love of his life. She died that night on her wedding night. So, like, my mom died on Thanksgiving. Like, you got to cherish your life, everybody. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get her. But when other people lose their kids, and I'm, like, near it, or it's something that I could maybe might have somewhat happened to me, it hits me so hard in the chest, man. Because my love for my kids, how could I go on? I guess God would help me through that. But, like, losing my mother, one thing. Losing my kids, I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, so let's go break down Bitcoin and my levels that I'm watching. Key resistance at 52,009, 53,000. But we seem to be kind of like trying to hold this support zone here, which is very interesting. The support zone is where these two candles, this candle basically opened, which is 50,800, right? So 50,775 is the exact candle, but it's 50,800. And the 800s have been very, very strong, very, very good levels. The 8s have held very, very well. So these are the key levels that we're going to watch. We're going to come back tonight and break it down. So we just seem to be holding this 50,800 level pretty nicely, Call it 791. We can get it. They're good enough for me, okay? Now, if we lose this level, we're dropping pretty fast. You can clearly see. Oh, I didn't need both. But I just hit control and you can grab a new piece, which is really nice. You can move these all down where you want them. Anyway, so if we lose 50,800, we drop likely... Yeah, there's a little bit of a tussle there at 49. Like, there's some chop that could save us. And there's a high volume node, but 47K seems to be the hard nose area, right? You have some chop there. You have some chop there. You got resistance there. And you have the high volume node is the chunkiest right there. So if you do lose 50,008, it does say to me we're likely going down to 47,000. There's a chance we never lose 50K again. I'm open-minded to that. And if we lose 47,000, everything okay?
Yeah, you got to get this guy a shot.
Yeah. Thank you. Let me just see that and just keep it here for a second. And if we lose 47,000, we go all the way to 43,671. All right, or let me actually bring it up a little bit. This key level that we're 44K. All right, so this is what we have to deal with. We lose 50,008, we go down to 46,000. That's just what we have to deal with. All right. Sorry, I brought that music down. So that's what we're looking at right now. So and then I look, and now I put on the moving averages, and I want to see. Look, the 21 is pretty far away from the weekly. It just, I tell you, and we did have a golden cross, and we see, the 80 crossing the 100. These are all bullish signs. But to me, even if we pump up even more, thank you, even if we pump up even more, all right, there will be some pullback back to the 21, But, we could be on a beginning of a rally like this that just continues. So the weekly doesn't have to reset to the 21 like the other time frames. It can get very extended. The weekly could just continue, and the 21 can carry with it, just like it did here. So you don't play the 21 the same on the other time frames because this is just like the 1 minute the 1 minute just got started. If you trade this like the 1 minute, we always get into the trade when the 1 minute breaks above the 200 SMA. Had you just opened up a weekly call right here when we go and put a stop loss on the other side of this yellow line, you'd be so paid. For the rest of my life, I trade the stock market on the weekly. Whenever we get above the 200, I open positions and I hold them for a year or two and get paid. It's the simplest way to trade. You can do whatever you want. I wait for the stochastics to be low on the 3-day and the 5-day and the weekly. And I get in above the, anyway. But you do you. I do very well on the weekly. And the weekly's really where I make a lot of money now. I've moved on from the daily and the 4-hour for my big positions. Like if my position's over 100 grand, it's got to be on the weekly. You know what I mean? Over 40, 50 grand, it's got to be on the weekly. I got to trade the weekly if I'm going to be moving. So anyway, we're going to move forward now into the 5-day chart. All right. And you can see clear resistance, but now 3 5-day candles staying above. So almost 15 days now, or 10 days, and this candle will close in 9 hours and 12 minutes. That's pretty awesome. All right. Then we're going to get that candle to close. So a 5-day candle closes in 9 hours at 7 p.m. Greenwich Village, 8 p.m. my time tonight, right? Pretty interesting. Or 7 p.m. my time. Yeah. Now, see where the 21 is? That's something you do that, you would think, okay, we have to come back down to the 21-day moving average or just go sideways here. So these are the two likely scenarios for me because the 21 just a little too far away on this 5-day. Now, if we can keep going sideways and pull the 21 in, we can skyrocket. But it's just very unlikely the 5-day can continue up with this gap, with this space away from the 21-day moving average. The 21 does not allow price action to get that far away from itself except for crazy anomalies. Same with the 3-day chart here. 3-day chart really is respecting 50,800 though and wants, but you're getting moving averages that are far apart. And you're very overbought on the 3-day chart. And you have a bearish div on the 3-day. I have to reiterate this, right? And so it tells me that we're likely getting some type of pullback on the 3-day chart, all right? Then we move to the daily. Now the daily is trying to throw a wrench in the 3-day. It's trying to say, hold up. Maybe I can locally hold off. And again, this is how the 3-day can go sideways, right? So my bullish scenario is not that we're going to pump out of nowhere. Is that we're going to go more sideways, all right? And somehow get ourselves a bounce here on this daily. And turn this into a beautiful, turn this into some type of chop. So right now the daily is showing signs of a possible reversal out of a falling wedge back to the, little move here, at least back to the top of the pattern. So there's an idea here that today we do get a move on a Saturday to the upside for Bitcoin. Let's move to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour is also very bullish out of a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. If you separate your mind from everything else and you just play what you see, also, do you not see what I see? A shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. It looks like the 4-hour wants to move to the upside. Very, very likely. We have a resistance for Bitcoin on the 4-hour at 51,200. We break above that, we have some movement to the upside. I see a move for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame to the upside right now. All right? Right now as we speak. Does that mean it's guaranteed to happen? No. It means that's the probability in which I am looking at. All right? Funny. Here we go. So, moving forward now. Back to where we were. So, I see a move to the top, to the upside here for Bitcoin. All right? Boom. And then maybe some chop like this. This would be amazing. This would play out that 3-day. And this would take some time. This would take 2 to 3 weeks of consolidation, or at least a week and a half, in my humble opinion. But this is a very awesome possibility for Bitcoin. Now, again, what's the bearish tones? Well, the bearish tones is we lose, like I showed you, 50,008. We'll have to test 49.9. These are the key local levels. We'll test this to high. Watch your nodes. Whenever you use a key level, just watch your nodes. You'll test 50K. Then you'll come down and you'll test 48,000. This is a gap of the VRVP. These are the levels. So if we can't get a bounce here, if really Bitcoin can't get back above 51,250, I'd say in the next 6 to 7 hours, it's likely we're rolling over. But, we'd have to break the key levels of support and resistance too as well. We take a look at the 1-hour time frame. The 1 hour's overbought. So it doesn't, I'd love it if the 1 hour was low. That would have been a lot better for my 4-hour, prediction here for the day. What I like, though, is see how the 21's rounding? See how you made a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom here? Slightly Adam and Eving here, and that is a double bottom here on the 1-hour time frame. I do not like where the 1 hour, the 1 hour says it wants to roll over on you as we speak. It would have to kind of stay up here, get pinned by the 4-hour, and help us break back above. We want the 1 hour also to recapture the 200 SMA. That's going to be the key area where we get a move to the upside. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame, and in the 15-minute could save the day here. So what I would do is I would slap this 15-minute in a bit of a flag and see if we can break above this 200 SMA. The 15-minute could be our gateway out of the pain here to the upside. I see we're at the top of this channel, still hitting resistance. So here's the deal. I would be watching the 15-minute. I have no idea where price is going, but I know what time frames to watch to get confirmations to find the highest probabilities of a win rate. That's my strategy. My strategy is I never know where price is going, but I have a really good way of figuring out where it's likely going to go, okay? Based on probabilities. So look, let's take a look now at the RSI. Only thing on the RSI now, we're picking up as much data as possible. We're picking up the bullish data and the bearish data. Then we're going to make, you're going to make a call based on that idea, right? Remember, you're not always right. You're not always wrong. You're just trading. You're just trading probabilities. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So I would be watching this 15-minute chart here. See if we get these tight moving averages in a blast. Watch for the 15-minute to break above the 200 SMA. If I get two 15-minute candles or even aggressive one 15-minute candle above this 200, I would take a long too as well. Saturdays are low volume. I wouldn't get too excited. But again, this BitBoy fight's got some energy going. Can you feel it? And the whole world knows more about cryptocurrency than they ever did. I went to the game in Miami. XBTO was on every street. Everyone's, everyone was wearing XBTO everywhere. I saw Messi. Messi's pushing adoption of cryptocurrency because he's got XBTO, right? You got Karate Crypto. You got Boss Rutan. Me and Boss Rutan I know him. I used to work on Kevin James' show, Kevin Can Wait. Kevin James, if you see the show, Kevin Can Wait. Right? Boss Rutan was on the show. He was one of the main characters on the show. And I worked on the show, you know what I mean? So I sat and ate lunch with him all the time in Long Island. He was a really good guy. He taught me 3 things of how to fight. He showed me if you're ever in a really serious fight, he said, he goes, do not use your fists. He said, use the strong part of your hand. He said, and hit them in the back of the ear as hard as you can. Right now, everybody, and I'm not trying to be bomb, I'm saying if you ever had to defend yourself, just lightly hit the back of your ear with your hand like this. Oh, just hit it lightly. He said there's a bone fragment there where the skull comes together. He says you hit it right with this part of you will knock even a guy twice your size because it's going to hit a nerve and jar them. I'm telling you right now, do it right now. Hit it with like 10% of all the might you can. You will feel it, what you can do to another human being. Boss Rutan taught me that at lunch. He's one of the greatest people you ever meet, one of the nicest people you ever meet, one of the most determined people you ever meet. And he's just super nice, man. And I love that I got to meet him and get to know him. Not just meet him, but hang out with him on a daily basis, work with him, on a professional level. Seeing him last night and watching crypto evolve was just amazing for me. It kind of came all full circle for me. You know what I mean? Like my experience, my career, my life. Like I got into the TV industry. So I'm liking this 15-minute right now for a possible move to the upside. The 1 hour is stressing, but the 1 hour could create the short squeeze. So we're watching the 15 and the 7 because we know what they do. They like to create the short squeeze on the 1 hour. But look, we're above the 200 SMA on the 7 minute. We're making a flag. We're above a point of control here. We have a gap in the VRVP, which says we can nicely get up to 51,700. I see a move for Bitcoin headed up on this 15 or the 7 minute time frame. What would make this not happen? Well, we come down, we reset on the 7. And we don't get anywhere. And we just start to slowly Bart Simpson. We lose the 7 minute 200 SMA. If we lose the 700 200 SMA, I will switch short back here to this level or this level. So I'm watching right now the 7 minute. If the 7 minute loses the 200, it's going to tell me we're lackluster. We didn't get the movement and the bulls do not have the momentum. Right now, because it's above it and we're in a pennant, I have to believe we're bullish until we get a confirmation we're not. I would sit. I preferably would take a long now because the probability is that we will go to the upside. I don't like the 1 hour time frame. I like the daily. I like the 4 hour. They're my go-tos. And then I also showed you some really interesting things today that I never talked about. Bitcoin breaking out of a giant bull pennant or symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it, with a target of 100,000 by November of 2024. This is awesome. Let me jump into the chat and I'm out of here for the day. These are just quick updates in the morning. Dude, Nosana is insane. We started putting out Nosana a long, long time ago. It's been amazing. Yeah. My Nosana bag is officially bigger than my Solana. Someone says you're so lucid today. What does that mean? I'm lucid today. Can you take a look at JASMY? Thank you. Thumbs in the eyes and drive upward towards the back of the brain is much better. Shout out to my man, Nick Ellegard, for his beautiful birthday today. Nick, we love you. We appreciate you. Nick Ellegard. I love your last name, too. Ellegard. Such a nice name. Shout out to Nick Ellegard. We love you. We appreciate you. Hoping you're having a wonderful time today on your birthday. Have nothing bother you. Just believe that, your birthday is a blessed day, and God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Any opinion on what's next? We have the meme run, the gaming run, and just the AI run currently. Yes, you can see it. It's the DEX run. The DEXs are starting to pick up. Pancake swap, Uniswap. Uniswap is like the Ethereum when all coins run, right? And I talk about this all the time, and so it's going to be the move of the DEXs, all right? Cake is going to, Cake is going to make a run, probably from $3 to $6, $7, $8. We're going to, Uniswap is the premier DEX. You're going to have DYDX, GMX, Trust Wallet token's going to move. Anything, I bet Mask will move. BNB will move. You know what I mean? Because you have BSC chain. There's going to be some movement in the DEX world. The DEX world is starting to heat up. People realize it's safe. They're ready. Bitcoin has showed them that it can handle the movement. Let's take a look at Total 3, the entire market cap of all the cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I tell you, as long as we stay above this 200 SMA on the 5-day chart, we are going to moon. If this next candle closes green and we have momentum here, I tell you, we got into Bitcoin when we got above the 5-day 200 SMA. That was the big move. That was when I said, no, that's when the rally is going to start. And I can backtest this for you. What I love it, everything I show you, I backtest beautifully. Dude, this 7-minute is about to blast to the upside. I see a short squeeze coming. A BitBoy short squeeze, baby. And, dude, that fight put a lot of people back on Ben's side. A lot of haters, a lot of people. Because at the end of the day, you'd ask yourself, could I have gotten in that ring? And a lot of people say no. And you know why? When they answer no, you have to give respect. You have no choice but to give respect. All right? I hit massive gains last night during the fight. That's amazing. Pangolin was banging on him to the upside. PNG has just been out of control, right? And then Trader Joe is going to bang. AVAX. Something happened with AVAX yesterday. They were down or something crazy. Pangolin out of control. Does Pangolin continue? You see what I'm saying? Thanks, Sam. Not much these days, but maybe some money for breakfast and lunch with the family. Joe Custer, not much these days? Are you kidding me? I pick up pennies on the street, my friend. $99 is amazing. God bless you. Thank you so much for doing that. It's the nicest thing you could ever do. And I learned I can turn money, and I turn $100 into 10,000. So I'll be honest, $100 to me is like dang near 100 grand because I'm so dang good with my monkeys. So when you give me money, I can turn it into something else, man. So I appreciate it, bro. So to me, every dollar given to me is a blessing. I pick up pennies off the street, and I have no problem admitting that. Right, Leon? What? You got to pick up pennies on the street, man. I did. Look at that. Respect. Respect for the money. So the money flows, It's all a frequency. So look, this could be a bit of a double top. Penguin's been out of control. 10 cents all the way up to 29 cents, a 3x. All right, PNG on MEXC. I would wait for this if Bitcoin gets the bump. So look, the aggressive entry is right now. I'd wait for the 7-minute to get back above that 200. I'd wait for this to channel. You could wait for it to break out and possibly retest on a smaller time frame. There's a chance this continues in this bigger rally. 125% for Pangolin. I would put an alert here. My alerts say, because you don't know what's going to happen. So you put an alert where we would find price action would be more beneficial for you. If it goes there, you take the beneficial call. If it doesn't, bang. Hey, Sammy, can you quickly take a look at PYTH? Send in a super chat, TA, and deep dive if you want me to go over a coin, everybody, especially on these weekend mornings. I'm in PYTH personally. I like what PYTH is doing. I see PYTH in a giant cup and handle. You see this? And it's on support right now. I put it out to the trading group. I see a hidden bullish divergence as well. Let me take a look at it on the 22-hour. I see this thing making a move really, really soon. It's an oracle, right? So it's like a chain link, but on a different level. I see PYTH making a gain. And I'm in PYTH right now, and I believe it's a smart idea to own some PYTH. Anyway, everyone, I got to jump out for the day. I gave you my Bitcoin update. Here's the Bitcoin trade live if you want to basically trade what I trade. I may not make a trade. I want to trade while my family's here, but I say that, and then I usually will, So I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to be a man of not on my word. I'm not sure what I will do. I'm leaning towards not opening a trade just so I can be clean with the family and clear. But when I see a setup that calls my name, I also do not love trading on a Saturday. All right, lower volume, but I'll be honest. The charts are kind of getting me saying something's brewing. So look. That's a 6-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio with my stop below the 200 SMA. If we lose the 200 SMA, or even if we tussle with it, it's likely that this trade doesn't play out and we lose this trend line. So I'd rather just lose a little bit and gain a little more, I may take this trade. It's such a 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio, and you have your stop loss below the point of control. So I would look into this trade today, guys. I know it's a Saturday. I know it's low volume. But again, I don't plan on telling you guys anything. I just go on what the charts convey. The charts are showing me something brewing here. You know? Even if we do a dip too, which I see here just preemptively, shoulder head. What if we come down and make a shoulder here and we still pump up? That could happen. They could stop hunt us on the weekend and then rip it back up. I've seen them do this. Come grab everybody and then rip us back up. So watch out for that. Be careful on the weekends. They do a lot of nasty stop hunting on the weekends. Full moon happened last night too as well. Bitcoin loves to pump on the full moon. Bitcoin won on the full moon last night, dude. It's kind of crazy, man. I can't believe that. And Ben's a nice dude, man. Like, I texted him right after the fight. He texted me right back. He's a beautiful man. He always respected me. He always gave me opportunities, bro. When his life had opportunity, he lent it to me. And that means later on in my life, when I have opportunity, you know what? Karma comes back, man. Karma comes back, right? So, hey, can you please look at Manta? The chart looks very spicy. I'm going to look at it one more time just because you got me going and you got me feeling it, all right? Is anybody here? All right. I got no moderators here, too. Like, not one mod showed up today. Isn't that crazy? Oh, no, Crypto Wyver is my only moderator out today. Anyway, my team left me. I don't got my pinned messages. I don't got nothing. Funny. Hold on, I want to get my pinned messages. I don't know where they are, though. I don't think I have them anymore. I stopped doing them because they wouldn't let me pin my own messages, which I don't know why. Right? And, yeah. I'm ending the show right now. I'm just putting on a pinned message and then I'm done, but.
We're like busy like that. Like,
excellent.
By the time you're done, we'll be like all ready, you know?
Excellent. Excellent. I love that. All right, so I can't find the pin message. I think I can only pin it when I'm live, so I'm going to miss that ad space, but it's all good. As a businessman, I'm obsessed with like all the, you know, you have one life to live, you have one moment to strike. Everything matters to me. Every second matters. Every situation matters. Every moment matters. It all matters, right? Everything. Down to, like I said, I pick up pennies on the street, so it all matters to me. Lakochi coming through out of nowhere. Look at that. Lakochi. I love you. I'm here, Sammy. I love you, Lakochi. Look at that. Look at that. My team, there's always someone there for me, man. My team is the best. Always someone there for me. But if you want to join my trading group and find out where we made massive gains every single day, you want the insights that I give. I see this update I just gave. I give it every single morning between like 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning. You get this video update with Bitcoin. My thoughts, my trade, if I'm taking it, whatever I'm doing. I also give you one at night before I go to sleep. I'm obsessive compulsive with the news, with the knowledge. I want to keep you up to date as much as I can. Look at this. A shoulder, a bit of a head, and a right shoulder there. Dang, man, if this wasn't the weekend, if this was Tuesday, I would open this trade immediately, but it still is calling my name. I may open this trade. If I do, I'm going to tell my group, man. I'm going to tell my group. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Let's just take a look at what happened to Bencoin. I'm looking at Ray. If you want to put Ray on your radar, it's coming back down to the 618. If DEXs start to move again, Radium's going to move with Solana. It's going to be a big pump coming for these coins. One last thing I want to look at is Solana on MEXC. Remember, I called that short to the downside. It came right down to the bottom of the pattern. Beautiful to the trend line. That would be your buy on the daily. That would say, hey, there's your chance to get into Solana before it pumps ridiculously to the upside. This is a beautiful, beautiful trade. This would be on the 1-day chart and the 3-day chart, right? I called the short for Solana. I put it in the trading group. It was a head and shoulder to the downside. Hit my exact target. If you were there, you would have nailed it. I don't need to brag about it, but it was, just one of my thousands of calls, hundreds of calls I make a month. I mean, it's insane. I make so many calls. It's like, even like putting credit for them is just whatever, man. I'm going to make another one tomorrow. I'm so consistent that that I'm going to make another call. It's just going to happen. It's just going to keep happening. I stay humble, man. God has helped me in my life, and I hope God's helping you in your life. I hope you're making a good connection with God. And if you're not, I love you no matter what. I'm not here to judge you at all. I judge no man. So look, 786 fib retracement, bottom of the trend line. I like where Solana is. I may be putting 100 grand into Solana, or do we make a nasty dump down to the 200 SMA? This could be an M and we dump down. It all depends. And You know, the smart move is to wait for Solana to bounce here and retest 116. That would be a key area of support to get back into and then ride that puppy to 234. As I told you, I'm thinking of putting $100,000 into Solana and $100,000 into Chainlink. Just, you know what I mean? Just like, you know. So that's my next big plan. They will be the two biggest long-term trades I ever did in crypto for altcoins, deciding Bitcoin, you know. And, yeah. It's like a big savings that I have, and I'm willing to risk that savings. I'm willing to risk 60 grand of a $360,000 savings to turn it into $1 million. If I lose 60 grand, I bail out. Yeah, you get it? Like, it's kind of like if we, you know, and the market drips below a certain area, we lose support, and it looks like I'm going to bail out, lose 60 grand. If not, I'm going to make 900,000. So, like, I'm going to make 600 grand. So it's a 10-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I'm going to take it. Right? But I want the perfect time could be right now, honestly. Perfect time could be right now. We get that Bitcoin bounce, and we get a bounce off of this. And then if Bitcoin breaks out of that falling wedge, then so does Solana. Do you see the cup and handle here that's brewing for Solana? And they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. Are the stars aligning for my Solana entry? Is everything coming together? The local 786, the Fibonacci, you know, the cup and handle. Solana. Inside of a bull pennant. Beautiful consolidation at that low point of 79, right? So, anyway, everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. One last super chat was JASMY, and then I'm out of here for the day. These are quick updates on your weekend mornings so you can get back to your family, back to what you got to do, and back to what you love. But you're probably trading crypto with me. That's what you love. JASMY ripped to the upside. We had it in a beautiful cup and handle. 618 Fibonacci retracement. I wanted it to get to like, 009. It went to 12, right? It went even further than I had put out. But I did have the call for JASMY. We've talked about it many, many times, right? Now we look at the 4-hour time frame, resetting here inside of a flag, still really far away. I'd be looking at your 2-day and your 3-day. Whenever they get this far away from a 200 SMA, I step away. So to me, very likely JASMY has to come all the way back down to some type of 618 Fibonacci retracement. I could be wrong. Maybe it continues to pump. But to me, that was a massive pump. And you're just too far away from the 21-day moving average. Things are just too far away. Feel like you have to come back. Could the smaller time frames continue? There's a chance you might get a scalp here up today. And the most bullish scenario is that you go sideways here and you go up and down. And, you know, and you could go sideways. And then that would be your bigger consolidation. It's more likely you go back down to the 618. And then this could just skyrocket today and continue to pump. Anything is possible. The probabilities of that are just very unlikely. Just popping in to give my brother a shout out. The OG taught me all I know about TA. Happy Saturday, lifer. Shout out to Bison9. You've been with me for a long, long time. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video on the 333 time frame right there. I love y'all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. And you know what? Cherish your life. You never know. You know, every single moment is a blessing. Every single second is a blessing. Turn the seconds into great minutes. Turn the great minutes into great hours. Turn the great hours into great memories. I love you all. Last night, my sister announced she's going to get married. Like, it made me the happiest man in the world. Like, we had a great dinner. Celebrate your family, man. James Taylor said it, you know. Shower the people you love, you care with love, you know. Show them that you care. I love you all, you know, because there may be a day you can't. I can't hug my mom today, and I want to so bad. I love you. God bless you all. Have a great day. Get that money. Let's get paid. Irish, baby. Arr. I love y'all. Stay safe.